Wow. Hey, what's up? Duff here. I just want to briefly mention two things I'm going to be wearing on today's range test. On the T4, I'm going to be wearing two new pieces of gear that were sent to me by Nobleman, noblemantech.com. This is their reflective vest. It has pockets out the yin-yang, man. Pocket, 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 pocket. It is reflective on the back with the Nobleman logo. It has a pass-through here. You can actually stuff something in here if you wanted to. I don't know if you want to. Yeah, you can actually take this down, stuff it in here. Like if you're looking for more, if you're not riding at night, you don't need reflective capabilities. You just want to have maximum cooling. Take that top section down, store it in the bottom section, and now you have more cooling in the vest. It's really interesting and well thought out. Lots of room to carry lots of things. And then also we have the gloves here. Gloves is, you know, I always wear wrist guards, but gloves is something that I've always neglected to wear. If you go down, even if you have wrist guards, there's a good chance you're gonna have a lot of abrasion on your hands potentially. These gloves are very, very nice. You got padding here on the tops. You have a reflection everywhere. You have a grippy surface here, and then here, these are touch-sensitive surfaces that you can still operate your phone even though you have the gloves on, so that's kind of nice as well, right? So yeah, testing out the gloves today and the vest. Thanks, Nobleman. Hey, what's up? Duff here. I am decked out in more Nobleman gear. I have added Nobleman gloves, which actually fit underneath my wrist guards comfortably. And this is a Nobleman vest, tactical vest, man. There's pockets for days. I have the reflective material in the back put away right now for added ventilation, but these were sent to me by Nobleman for evaluation. I will be using them on today's test ride, or range test actually, on the Go T4. So let me get my GPS synced up and we will go. All right, and we're off. We are off on the Go T4 range test. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little bit nervous about this test, because I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be able to get me to Ave Maria and back. So I will not be going as fast as I have, like for example on the EX20S, you know, where I have battery for days. I'm going to keep my speed above 20 for sure, probably between 20 and 25. But I want to get back, and it's roughly a 35-mile minimum ride out to Ave Maria. It's a little warm. It's like the middle of the afternoon. Not the best time to be doing this. I am decked out in my Nobleman tactical vest. It's reflective. It has lots of storage pockets. I think I talked about this already. I got my Nobleman gloves. These are cool, man, because your fingers are always vulnerable if you go down. You know, I got my wrist protectors on top of it. These are actually low profile enough that I can do that comfortably. I have very good dexterity with these gloves. They have capacitive surfaces on the index finger and the thumb, so you can still operate your phone. Padding on the knuckles. It's going to be interesting. I've never really ridden with gloves, so I'm curious to see how it's going to feel. You know, if it's going to be just ridiculous because it's going to be too warm, or it'll be good. You know, more protection the better, always. My Garmin GPS, unfortunately, the battery level on it is not very high. So hopefully it will last. It's estimated 2 hours of battery life, so there's a good chance that could die on me during this ride, but that's all right. I use it mostly for, I mean, obviously it gives more accurate speed and distance numbers, but I like it most for just letting me know what my real-time speed is. So before I headed out today, I set the tire pressure to 30 PSI. I let all the pressure out of the shock to take off those little silicone donuts. I took the donuts off the suspension rods to give me a little bit more travel. And and then I pumped the suspension back up to about 250 psi. So we'll see how that translates on this long ride. I'm not sure why there's mud and dirt in the bike lane right now, but this is like my fourth or fifth section just like this, with just debris in the bike lane. Always a big fan. So, like many Begode wheels, there's been lots of positive and negative said about the T4. There's some people that love the wheel, love it. Chooch loved the T4 before he blew it up trying to hop over a log. Mark Anthony, I know, loves his T4. I think he actually said that he likes it more than his Master. He did have an unfortunate incident where he had the wheel cut out on him at 38 miles an hour while wearing no gear whatsoever. So that's unfortunate. I won't be going over 35 on this anytime. And Mark also put a knobby tire on his T4, and he loves that as well. As we pass the dump trucks. Wrong Way Adam liked the T4, Zen Lee liked the T4, lots of people like the T4. But there are some warts. Evidently some of these motors have a similar issue to the S22 with loose stators. They were made by that same company that delivered the batch of bad S22 motors, so that's a thing. I have heard of some weird cutouts. Someone commented on one of my T4 videos. He was doing 30 miles an hour at almost full battery charge. The wheel beeped twice and dumped him, cut out on him. And I'm not much sure if that wheel is still operational or not, if like the system board was actually fried or what happened. And I've heard some other stories about that, you know, T4s cutting on people, which could be related to the motor problem, who knows. So yeah, I mean, but I think one thing is clear, is a 16-inch wheel with suspension, there's a lot of appeal to that. It's not that heavy. It's still, you know, you can still throw it in a vehicle without giving yourself a hernia. It's maneuverable. I wish this thing had the performance specs of the V12 with suspension. That would be perfect, man. I would love that wheel. So hopefully manufacturers are listening more than just Begode, and they realize that a 16-inch form factor suspension wheel is something that a lot of people would like, because a lot of people like the T4. Just giving the suspension a little test here with my new configuration. No bumpers, repumped at 250 PSI. I did the rebound setting. I bumped it back. I turned it all the way to the right, and then I only bumped it back maybe 5 clicks instead of, I don't know, 10. So far, at least, it feels pretty good. We'll see how it feels at the end of 30 plus miles. So I'm clearly in a headwind going out. If I had a choice, I would always rather hit the headwind on the way out at a higher battery level. It means I'm going to consume more battery on the way out there, but hopefully on the way back I will be very efficient. But right now I'm pushing to just maintain 20, you know, comfortably. Yeah, I'm right about 20, so we'll see how it goes. I'd like to take a minute to thank everyone that joined me on my last minute live stream that I had on Saturday night. It was my 69th live stream. Snicker if you want. Kind of an unconventional stream. Yeah, part of it was me talking about KingSong and my disappointment with a lot of things that KingSong has done recently. But there also was a lot of non-KingSong talk, non-PEV talk at all. We were talking about the Atom situation with EVs. We were talking about the male-female dynamic in general. Spun off into a lot of, I thought, interesting side conversations. So, you know, it's available on replay for you if you want to check it out. I think I totally neglected to mention that today is Monday. I'm off. I actually took today off from work. It's been a good day. I actually went and got a real haircut. I paid someone to cut my hair Last time I did that was probably damn close to 10 years ago. And it was nice. I mean, cutting your own hair, like trying to do like a fade by yourself is ridiculous. And I do a terrible job at it, and I'm sure my hair looks bad and I just haven't cared. But it was nice getting my hair cut, you know? It wasn't that expensive. I got a scalp massage included with it, a hot towel on the face. Very enjoyable experience, so I think I'll be going that route from now on. After the haircut, I went and I played pickleball with one of my buddies from work. Played 4 games of pickleball, came home, and now here I am. So it's been a pretty darn good Monday by all accords. I'm surprised the gloves aren't really bothering me so far. Feels like I have you know, some airflow going through them, so my hands don't feel terribly hot and sweaty, even though it is in the mid 80s and very sunny right now. So far, thumbs up on the Nobleman gloves. I actually was out on my my V10F last night. I went and rode around the Victoria Park area looking at the Halloween decorations, which I filmed in the past. I did not film last night. Actually, Gladys' sister Monique went with me. She rode her bike while I rode the V10F. It was fun, and it was like next to nobody there, so that was a bonus. A lot of times I've gone there and you're like fighting with vehicles and lots of people, so none of that last night. It was very nice. I enjoyed it. Okay, now coming up to the entrance of Ave Maria. That's always a very telling suspension test for me, because the brick pavers they have are very uneven. And if I do this on a non-suspension wheel, I am yelping in pain every time. So let's see how it goes. Nice, that was good. It's good. I would rate that somewhere between the EX20S and the S22 as far as comfort going through that area. I think I like whatever I did with the suspension. You know, the pressure, removing those silicone bumpers. This is the best that the suspension on the T4 has felt to me since I've owned it. I was able to get money out of my wallet with the gloves on. Okay, I'm doing my one lap around North Park here. Hopefully my pavilion is available to do my halfway stat check, and we'll see how bright or bleak the ride back is looking. Wow. Look at this truck going through this flooded out area like a boss. Wow. He obviously is confident that he will not get stuck. Holy crap. All right, well, I guess you never know what you'll see when you're out on an EUC ride. Very cool. Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. Looking at the display on the T4, it's showing 3 of 5 bars of battery. I have a darkness bot running, and thanks to the tactile capacitive gloves. All right, I'm able to operate. I was going to say I can operate my phone without taking my gloves off. I don't think that this is reading accurately for the wheel, because it says my max speed was 16.2 miles an hour. Like, it didn't know the T4 natively, darkness spot, and I was able to select it, but I think it's not really connected right, but it says I have 51% battery. My GPS says that we've gone 17.26 miles. So it's going to be tight. I am hoping for, you know, I went into a headwind for a good portion of that ride out here, so I'm hoping that will become a tailwind and will push me home. because otherwise I could be pushing this a little bit. I would rather not do that though. Yeah, that's the one thing with the T4 that I've kind of heard is, you know, the range is not fantastic, which is too bad, you know, because like I did a range test on the V12, which has a 1750 watt-hour battery. This has an 1800 watt-hour battery, and that one I got a solid 50 miles. And that was 50 miles with me going the first 35 miles quite fast, because I rode out here and back, and then I rode it locally to get all the battery to get as much range as possible, and it got right around 50 miles. So yeah, if I get back in the door 35 miles on fumes on the T4, that's a little disappointing. And like I said, again, that points back to the fact that if this had V12 specs, V12 range, V12 speed, V12 power with suspension, oh man, that would be a sweet package. So someone do that. All right, so I'm gonna finish off my my drink and head back out. Heading back. Wish me luck. Did I actually leave my phone back there at the park? Shit, I think I did. Oh, Jesus, all right. Well, the last thing I was looking to do was to add additional mileage to this ride, because I think I'm going to be barely getting back as is, so. But I think I must have just left my phone sitting on the table back there. Shit. Please be here. Please be here. You're here. Thank goodness. Oh my God. I really don't want my thumbnail to be me pushing the wheel. I definitely hope I can make it back.